Welcome to a short practice to get your body moving. Let's start by finding a comfortable seat. So you may find sitting on something makes this helpful. I'm sitting on a blanket. You could be on a blanket, towel, pillow, whatever you have. Some other things that might be helpful. You could practice on a mat or not. You may find blocks or books, kind of an equivalent would be nice, or a strap or a belt. Those things might be helpful anytime that you're practicing. So find your nice comfortable seat, and with your eyes closed or while focusing on a point, take a couple moments to just allow yourself to settle and to check in. So you can notice anything you're experiencing in your body. The quality of your breath flow. And the pace of the mind. Now invite a little lengthen through the spine. So you want to feel kind of the base of the spine reach downward and the crown of the head just gently lift upright. Once you're feeling some length, invite the breath to open and expand the base of the rib cage. So that when you breathe in, you can feel the sides and the base of the ribs kind of reach out toward your arms. As you breathe out, rib cage can just soften toward the middle. Take a few more breaths this way. These aren't with force. So continue to breathe wide and low as often as you can. If your eyes are closed, open them with your inhale. Bring your hands down by your side. With an inhale, stretch the arms out to T. Let the palms face forward, and then just reach from side to side. Pause in the middle, face your palms up, and then face the fingertips down. Feel the heels of the hands reach away from you. Yes. Face your fingertips up. Feel the backs of the hands kind of press away. And then forward, down, and then roll them back. Make fists, circle the wrists. Go the other way. And then face the palms up with an inhale. Lift the arms up and overhead. Palms can press together if comfortable. Lift the arms up and over to your left. Add a little bit of a twist. So face your heart toward your left thigh. And then unwind. Think of a gentle twist going back. Gaze up. Come back out to the side. Maybe the hands can separate here. Lift up to center. Palms could stay apart, or you could bring them back together as you come to your other side. And then add a little twist over to your right. Unwind a little bit of a twist going back. And then come back out to the side. Let the hands come apart. Lift yourself back to the middle. Lower the arms down. Roll your shoulders up and back. Give yourself a simple twist over to your right. So hands can just wrap around. If it's comfortable for your neck, I encourage you to explore your gaze so you could look behind you, look out in front of you, And then unwind, same thing for the other side. Unwind back to center. Roll your shoulders up and back, bring one foot to the floor. So gaze down at your toes, lift them up nice and high, fan them wide. And then press all the toes down and grip as if you were trying to pick something up. Nice, press through the ball of the foot, heel of the foot, lift the toes high. This time, emphasize pressing into the mound of the big toe, the pinky toe, and the center of the heel, so creating a 3-point connection, and then allow the toes to just kind of relax down. Nice. Move your toes around. Try this on the other side. So first press down, kind of the 3-point idea. Start to feel that, and then lift and fan, and then bring toes down. Feel like you're trying to pick something up. Stretch out through the toes, lift them, fan them as wide as you can. Find 3 points, so mound of the big toe, pinky toe, center of the heel, and then release the toes down. Kind of wiggle them from side to side. Let's come over to all fours. So find a table position. If you were sitting on something, you can take that off to the side. The hands can be underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath your hips. Start by letting your hips just kind of go from side to side. So you can add a bend in the elbows while you're going from side to side or not. And then bring the feet together. So pause with your side to side, curl your toes underneath, and really kiss the insides of the feet together. And then press your hips back toward your feet. And then come forward, point, and sit back toward your heels. So if your heels want to separate like mine do, you might find it helpful to kind of press in so the insides of the heels are together. And go back and forth through those movements a couple times. And take a good breath or two in each of these movements as you wake up the feet and the ankles. Once you're back to center, you can have your feet in either of those, either the toes curled under or pointed, but take the right arm out in front of you, left leg back. Just notice what your body does just by taking, 2 points of contact off the floor and then bring it back down. See what happens with the other side. So left arm, right leg. Bring it back down. Give yourself a C stretch to each side. So look over to one hip, squeeze that hip toward your shoulder. Unwind and switch. Unwind back to center. Let's come back to bird dog. So stretch out through the right arm, the left leg, and this time refine the movement. So as you find some pressing down through the left hand, right hand can face where it's working for you, and same thing with the ankle, position of comfort that feels stable. But hips, notice where they are. So where did they start? Are they working together, or do you have one kind of sinking? Ask for them to work together, and you could gaze down or up. Next time that you inhale, bring your knee and your elbow toward each other. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Do that again, coming in toward the center. And then this time, bring your right hand down, cross the leg behind you, bring it down to the floor, and kind of press out through the heel. Take the leg behind you, and now knee up toward the shoulder, and bring the foot forward. So you can have your toes on this front foot facing where it works for you, but add a little bit of a lunging action here. Come up to center, take the foot back, pause in your neutral table, and let's get this to the other side. So if your wrists start to feel fatigued, I encourage you to play with kind of pawing. You could also have fists down. You could always have some type of prop underneath the heels of the hands. So at the other side, left arm, right leg. So find stability both through the pelvic girdle and the shoulder girdle, and work through the hand and the foot to find this. So on an inhale, squeeze knee and elbow in toward each other. And next inhale, lift and lengthen. Do that another time or two. If you're finding that one side felt approachable and the other does not, you're not alone, you're human. Bring that hand down and now play with that crossover. So you're crossing the foot over, press into the heel, ball of the foot. And then take it out to the side and bring the foot forward so it can face whatever is approachable for you, and add a little bit of a lunge action here. Bring the knee back, pause for just a moment, kind of neutralizing the spine in your regular table, and then come back to C-stretch. So look over to one side, unwind, go to the other. Unwind to center. Bring your forearms down to the floor. So you could be flat palmed or clasp your fingers together making a triangle, but curl your toes underneath, lift your hips up and back for a bit of a dolphin position. So this is like downward dog, just on your forearms. On the next inhale, lift head and heart forward toward the hands. When you exhale, lift up and back. Do this 2 more times. So it's slow and controlled. Once you're back into your dolphin position, maybe the second or third time, pause here. And then you can come up to the hands, walk your feet up near the middle of the mat, add a generous bend into the knees, wrap your arms around your legs, fold for Uttanasana, or standing forward bend. In this position, take the head back and forth like you're saying yes, side to side for no. Release the head, unwrap the arms, bring your hands out in front of you so they could be on a prop of any kind or the floor, but add that bend back into the knees if it left. Take one foot, cross it over the other, add back to a deep bend, and then straighten. Do this a couple more times. You're just bending and straightening. And then in your last one, come to a bent position, press into the balls of the feet, lift your heels. So kind of activate muscles in a different way, and then bring the heels back down, uncross, recross the other way. So spread out through the toes, same thing. Adding a little bend and straightening a couple times, 2 or 3. And then the last time that you come to a bent position, roll onto the balls of the feet, lift your heels, kind of lengthen out through the heart. Bring the heels back down, come back to that bend into the knees. Feet can come about hip width distance apart. Add a deep bend into your knees. Walk your hands up your thighs. When they get to the hip creases, glance down at your feet. So you want to have your toes spreading wide. You're finding that 3-point connection again through the feet. And then start to sit back as if you're about to sit into a chair, foot Utkatasana or chair pose. Take the arms out and overhead. On the inhale, rock forward to the balls of the feet, lift the heels. Exhale, heels down, lift toes. So go back and forth through these a couple times. And then once you're back down to the heels, maybe you can just touch down, sit a little bit lower, and then lift yourself upright. Give yourself a standing back bend. So root through the feet, lift up and back through the arms for Urdhva Hastasana. Bring your hands together, let them come to heart center. Thank you for joining me with just this short practice. I hope you have a beautiful day. Namaste.